All right, so we're gonna put this truck back together that we took apart to build the red truck last year. Because now it's 2024. Now it's at the beginning of 2023. We are gonna take the engine transmission out of this Tahoe and put it into this 2000 Silverado, because at the end of the day, a truck's more valuable than a car or SUV, in my opinion. Nothing too exciting, not anything we haven't really seen before. So stick around and watch us do that, I guess, if you want to see us donor a vehicle. So, all right, thanks for watching. Adventures and moving vehicles. Everybody say thanks to our little helper today. Supposed to say you're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, bye. All right, project number 73 today. I'm going to pull the engine and transmission out of this Tahoe. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun, right? Boy, there's a lot of shit on these things. All right, let me get the tripod set up and all that crap, and then we'll get after it. All right, on the transmission, there's a connector that goes to, like, what tells it that's shift linkage or going into gear or whatever, you know. So I'll show you what to do to get this disconnected. I can't remember the name of the damn thing specific. There's a name for it and I don't remember what the hell it's called. Brain does not have enough memory left in it. Anyway, this has like glue in it, so you got to use a heat gun to get it apart. I figured this out the hard way, so watch it. All right, let's get our heat gun hooked up, put our glove back on, because you got to get it pretty hot. It's these connectors right here. They have these little blue things that keep you from being able to unplug them. They really don't want these things to be unplugged. Got those little blue clippy things. Got this fucking glue in there. It's like, good lord. Range sensor. That's what it's called, the range sensor. God, okay. What is wrong with my brain? Turn the heat gun on. Oh, come on. I got one of them, so let's work on heating up the other one. Come on. There we go. Yep, see all this goop on there? Yeah, that adhesive or whatever the hell it is. I don't know what it is, but it dries pretty damn quick too. So anyway, little trick of the road. Another one of the road's treats for you.
Yeah, here we go again. Another treat from the road. Grand, wonderful, great banana. Trick of the day, boy.
Alright, we'll be back to time lapsing. It's almost like GM knew the engine was gonna have to come out of this thing at some point in time, because you saw me take the hood loose and the hinges hold the hood pretty much straight up. That's a little there's another hole there for you to put that in there. Another freaking trick of the day. I think I've had about all I can stand tonight. Anyway, pain in the ass, and I'm tired. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I don't want to be doing this anymore. I've been out here for like 14 hours a day. We'll pick up tomorrow or something. All right, so I don't really have the energy to do a time lapse on this. I started to the other night, but I don't want to kill myself trying to get it out in a quick amount of time, so just gonna do it the lazy way and take my time. Yeah, I probably won't record the whole thing. I might time lapse a little more, at least, or I might pop in if there's something I see that's different than the last two that I've pulled out that you've seen me pull out. So there ain't no sense in me doing this for a third time. So anyway, you'll see it when it comes out, and we'll clean it up and put it in another GMT800. I don't know why I'm doing it, but because it would go real good in something like that, but gotta make money to pay for stuff for that. That's where we're at, and we'll be back when we get something accomplished. Forgot to hit the old record on this, but here's the engine at an awkward angle, so see what kind of shit can hang up and get snagged on it. Am I really gonna take this piece of shit core support off? God, I fucking hate this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure out what I gotta do real quick. If you don't really give a shit about the vehicle, which I don't, it's a donor, it's a parts rig now. Just loosen up some of these bolts so it'll just kind of push it up. You can see all harmonic balances. Oh, we're just pouring the transmission fluid all over the fucking floor. God damn it. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, this power steering line. Well, we're buying a new one of those. I just don't want to do this. Shove this fucker out. Well, the engine's pulled, so I'm going to clean up this giant oil slick. We'll get back to it whenever we get done cleaning all this, and I put it in the next vehicle, so we'll be back. Alright, we're back in here. Look at truck's back in here. Y'all remember this truck because I pulled the engine and transmission out of it to put into my aunt's truck. This was my grandmother's truck. She bought this truck new. I'm putting that motor and transmission out of that Tahoe in here. Other than this seat being ripped here, the interior is in really good shape. It needs a good cleaning. But this thing had heated seats in the in 2000. I mean, this is a nice truck. The more I look at it, the more I wish I'd fix it for myself. Put a 6.0 and a 4L80 in there, 3/4 ton springs on the back. No, we're not doing that. Actually, some of our friends are buying it. Tim and Tracy, they're buying it from us for their son. He had had an accident in his previous vehicle, and so they want to buy him something inexpensive. So we're gonna make it brand used for him. Brand used, rebuilt. That's the motor and transmission after I cleaned it and stuff. You know, you saw me pulling it and complaining and crying, pulling it out, which I don't know why. It only took me about couple hours, 3 hours or something to pull that engine out, but I was just not in the mood to do it. I need to pull the transmission off. It's gonna get all new hoses, belts, air conditioning system. We're gonna get it all duded up. New oil pressure sensor, oil pressure sending unit. I kind of broke that one. That's whatever. We're gonna do all the good. All the good. Anyway, you get to see me do the good old fight the torque converter bolts off. That'll be fun. We're gonna have a good time. Everyone but me will have a good time, because this generally doesn't go the way I want it to go. So let me get a light. I'm gonna do what my brother told me to do and put an impact on it and let it eat. So David, if you're watching this, it's your fault if this strips out and I've got to weld something on there and all that happy horse shit. All right, round 3, fight. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let's ignore that one. Let's just see. God, I'm gonna need more than that. I guess I'm better off with a ratchet. It's probably stripped out now. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Okay, there we go. There you go. Ooh, these ones have been replaced. That means this transmission has been out at some point. Alright, well, that was not a fight, and I'm thrilled about that. So, yeah, these are aftermarket. These are like the Dorman ones or something, because they can see their green thread locker. Anywho, alright. I'm going to take the transmission off of the engine. Y'all see me do that before, so I won't film that. I just thought, you know, I'd end up having to fight that, so that's why I was doing that. We'll be back. Merry Christmas Eve. Out here tinkering, just, you know, for in the morning, just for a little bit, before we do some Christmas stuff. This, I was looking at this head, and it's got these freeze plugs, or whatever, you know, these plugs. Like someone's been into these, into these heads, or maybe into the engine. I don't know. This one's not been replaced. The front one's just, I don't, but those aren't factory like that, so yeah, I don't know. Let's pull the valve covers off and see if there's any other little surprises in there. Maybe there's something, maybe this engine's been rebuilt. I don't know. If it has, it was rebuilt quite a while ago, because it's kind of greasy. Either that or the heads have been gone through. I don't know. We'll find out here. Pull this valve cover off. You clean them anyway, so I might as well pull them off. And we got new gaskets coming too, so I just got a gasket kit for the whole thing, so might as well while you're here. It doesn't look too bad, but it looks about like any other LS I've taken apart. I don't know if the heads have been redone or something. Who knows? Alright, looks like an LS. Never mind. Nothing to see there, huh? Gasket set should be here today, which is kind of sad for the Amazon delivery people. It sucks that they're making them deliver on Christmas Eve. We'll do a little mile cleanup. Today or tomorrow we'll throw the gaskets on. They already start putting it back in the truck. Alright, so if someone has been in this, it was probably a long time ago, so there's no evidence really, other than these freeze plugs. Well, we'll be back whenever we find something interesting. Alright, so on these LS oil pumps, the pickup tube has an issue with the O-ring on it. It will bleed past the O-ring, or the O-ring will start leaking. And the last ones I did, they had the other size, so I still had this one left over. A green one was what was in there. So blue, whatever the fuck it is. This should be the right one. This should be the right one. Maybe the other one that I had. best fitting one I've done so far. Hell. Alright, I'm gonna pull the back cover off and clean up all this gasket surface and stuff, and then we'll throw it all together. Maybe. Hopefully. I'm sure I've gone over this. This will be the third time I'm going over this, but I'm just gonna reiterate. You definitely want to put some RTV here. Anywhere where there's a piece of metal meeting a piece of metal, you know, a two-piece section there, you just you need to do this. A little slicky cone on there. Not orange silicone, not blue silicone, not clear silicone. Use RTV black silicone. Yeah, it's really great, and it doesn't look like it came from Oklahoma. No offense, Oklahoma. I'm just like everything I've gotten from Oklahoma's got orange silicone all over it. So I don't know if y'all get that like a bulk discount on that stuff or what, but it's made for high temperature stuff like exhaust and whatnot. So yeah, RTV black, ultra black. Just don't use orange or blue or clear silicone on something that's got oil that passes through it and everything. It's just not a good deal. All right, I pressure wash this. It's impossible to get these clean. These are the most porous pieces of metal I've ever tried to clean in my life, I swear. And they're a real bugger, real pain in the tush. Sometimes you gotta kind of wiggle these around. They have rubber where the bolt goes through, but sometimes you just gotta kind of make them get into place. Alright, that's about all the excitement this is going to involve, so we're going to move on to something else. Y'all don't need to watch me do this anymore. Alright, get the transmission bolted back onto the engine. I haven't done the rear seal yet because they sent me the damn wrong one. Aggravating. It's got a new filter in it, new transmission pan gasket. Looks like the torque converter's been replaced at some point in its past life, so that's good. It looked pretty much new. I mean, wasn't even greasy or dirty. I got it dirty taking it out and getting transmission fluid on it. Other than that, it was in good shape. Not exciting stuff to watch. None of this really is, but hey, just putting something together, try to put it back on the road. These will be collector trucks one day. I'm telling you, these are the next square body. We're skipping the MBS. Let's go to the GMT800s. I don't know, but oh, I did get a pretty sweet Christmas gift from my lovely wife. She got us a sign. I can change all that and stuff, and make it do different stuff, different colors and everything. But yeah, pretty stoked about that. Had a local dude build it. Serena, well, no, you know, obviously she found him and contacted him and had this made for me. So I'll put his information down in the description if anybody's looking for a guy in Texas to build a cool sign. Anyway, we're gonna call it for today, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get this transmission line. That transmission line will be here tomorrow. All right, so I got the engine and transmission together. They're combined. Went ahead and put the new transmission lines on. I put the wiring harness on, got the starter on. This is all stuff, this is all just a lot easier to do with the out of the vehicle, you know, because it won't be in the way of putting it in there since I got the core support off of the truck. I need to move the transmission across the right way. But I'm going to clean up some of this vacuum and crap like that, and new power steering line. I need to put the other one on, but I can probably do that with the engine in. It won't be a big deal because I don't have the power steering pump on. That's where we're at. We'll be back in a minute. I'm going to vacuum up all that crap, and then we'll lift it up and stab her in, see what we get going here. Alright, let's get this dirty turdy in here. Well, it's not really dirty anymore. Let's get it in there. Alright, I don't know how long that took. Not very long, but it is. I think it's easier to put these inside into a square body than it is to put it back into a GMT800. It's like they want to be in square bodies or something. All I know is I broke a sweat. Let me get this jacket off. Almost forgot to grab the jack there, and well, I did forget to grab the jack to put it under the transmission so that it'll lift it up so I could clear the cross member. But hey, it's in there now. Now we just get to bolt it all together. We'll bolt it together and y'all can follow along. And this is basically just a time-lapse video. This whole thing's pretty much time-lapse because I don't know, there's not a whole lot to explain about what we're doing. Yeah, so time-lapse, more time-lapse, and then some more. Just enjoy, I think, maybe. One thing we got to do is these dadgum knock sensors. So we'll go ahead and pull this intake or this lifting plate off before we put the intake on. I don't want to put the intake on and then be like, oh shit, I forgot to put the knock sensors on. Loosen those outside ones so you can start from the inside. knock sensors seem to be pretty hit or miss, so hopefully these are good ones. There's a 22 millimeter, and they're just universal per se. Like there's not one for the front, one for the back. Whatever. Put a little slicky here. Makes it a little harder to get it off, but whatever. It'll be fine. Just more of a mess to clean up whenever you do got to replace them. Hopefully this keeps water out of there, so your likelihood you have to replace them is a lot. Well, the frequency you'll have to replace it should outlast the fucking motor at this point. We hope. Alright. Get silicone all over your gloves. That's good too. Silicone all over everything. Some people build a little channel on there, a little valley or whatever to kind of direct the water away from it, that works as well. But I figured this will work pretty good. That's good enough. Close enough for rock and roll. Okay, I'm gonna grab the intake and stuff, and then we'll throw that on. All right, so you just saw me get the knock sensors in, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the intake on. We'll just time lapse this. There's nothing really to talk about. If you're gonna put gaskets on it, use the Felpro gaskets with the metal. In my opinion, you know, everybody's got an opinion. That's my opinion. I like the Felpro ones with the metal frame. They're reusable, sturdy, freaking good gaskets. We're gonna time lapse this and then move on to the next one. Yeah, just pay attention to your wire routing, because I had to take it all back apart because of that. So, yeah, just, you know, pay attention to what the hell you're doing. Notice that the connector is not on this compressor, so I got the one off the compressor. It came off of this engine. This compressor looks like it was replaced, so I'm gonna see if it works. I think it's gonna work. Doesn't look very old, so it's off of a Suburban, so a little more capacity in there. Can't ever complain about that, I suppose. Cannot wait to be done with this truck so that I can start working on my 72. All right, back at it again. I've got a couple things done on here, off camera or whatever, but we'll go ahead and fight this core support on. Oh wow, y'all are pointing way up, so you probably didn't see me do any of that. Sweet. Well, anyway, it wasn't that difficult to get on. I took one of the radiator core support bushings out, and it allowed me to have the room to get in there. So there you go. That's that. We'll just kind of leave this a little loose while I fit the brackets that hold this stuff together, and yeah, all that fun jazz. That'll be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. Anyway, this isn't super exciting. We'll at least come back whenever we get it going, because this is a 2002 wiring harness and it's a 2000 truck, so I may have to do a little messing around with the ECU stuff, and we'll see. Maybe if I figure out something that will help someone with that, then we can definitely go over that. So we'll be back. All right, so I got the engine and everything buttoned up, got the ECU put in, the new one, or it's the one from the truck that I got it out of, 2002. Anyway, you have to do a relearn on this thing, and so the process is time consuming. It's like a 30-minute process, so basically you'll have to, I'm fixing to do another one. You have to do it 3 times, but So you start off with trying to start the engine, like turn the key on like you're trying to start it, and then you have to let it sit for 10 minutes after that with the key in the on position. Then after 10 minutes, you'll turn the key back to the off position for about 5 seconds, and then try to start it again after that and leave it in the on position. You do that 3 times for 30 minutes total. We're at got a minute and 40 something seconds left, so I'll come back here in a second whenever we're ready for that minute. But yeah, it has to do a relearn for the vehicle anti-theft system, since doesn't have the original ECU in it. I use that whenever I built the red truck for my aunt and uncle. Oh, another thing, like if you look at this, it's got, you know, the battery light, and then the security light comes on. After 10 minutes, the security light will stop coming on. You'll see that not be on flashing back and forth. It'll just stay on whatever battery light, because the battery's freaking low. So anyway, another little tidbit. 15 seconds left. Security light's still on. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. Now security light's staying off. Turn the key back off. 1,000, 2,000, 3, 5. Try to start it again. It'll act like it wants to start. And we set a timer for 10 minutes again. Then we'll be back in 10 minutes and we'll see if it starts, because this is the 3rd time we're doing it. And we're back. Security light, hopefully should be the last time that comes on. Battery 1 should say lit. All right, battery 1's lit. Let's see if it fires up. Oh, I didn't do this first. What an idiot. All right, so let's start this over again. Oh, never mind, it started. Okay, scratch that. It doesn't have a muffler on it right now. I gotta put it over on the other side of the shop, put it up on a rack, and weld some exhaust onto it. Yeah, I need to pull it out of here and smoke it up a little bit in here. All that crap is probably got down in there. Pull it out of here, put it on the other side of the shop so I can put it up on a lift, put the exhaust on it, and then we can make sure everything's buttoned up underneath and see if we got any leaks and stuff like that. All right, that's exciting. That's what we want. That is what we want indeed. Welcome back to CW's muffler shop. At least it's a muffler shop yesterday and today. So I'm gonna put a piece on here and just butt weld it, and then we'll figure out which way it needs to go to get over there, and that'll be a lot of fun. We'll just get it tacked in place, and then whenever we get that kind of where we want it, then we can put it back on the ground and weld it all up down there. And this piece is going to venture its way over here somewhere, somehow or another. I don't know if that'll end up in the right place. It might not, who knows. We'll find out. Need to cut this other one here, right there. I need to cut that guy there so that I can put this in the position it needs to be in. Just making a mark. There we go. Got this cut down. Go ahead and zip these bolts back on, or these nuts back on here. Oh, well, I guess I need to cut this one a little better anyway. So cut a little more off of that. Let's break those little shitty tap welds off real quick. Zip these bolts up real quick, and then we'll put a hanger on the back of it and be done. Should be nice and quiet. And that's what we wanted, right? A quiet exhaust system. And I had misplaced the other 2 crossmember bolts for transmission crossmember, but I found them. So they're in the cab of the truck, so we'll drop the truck down here in a minute and swap those out and just do a little once over on everything under here, and probably be done under on the bottom side of it. Maybe throw some zip ties on some wires just to keep them up and stuff like that. But I think other than that, we'll be good to go down here. And then we'll just have to put the front headlights and grill and all that stuff in, and then drive it around for a few days, a week or so, you know, just put some miles on it and see how it does. All right, see what it sounds like. Battery's probably dead. Oh no, it's not dead. That's good. It's quiet. Wants me to change the engine oil. Nice and quiet. Washer fluid's low, and the service engine soon lights on, so we'll plug in the scanner and see what it says. I'm sure it'll be something to do with, you know, engine not being installed on this vehicle ever. Something. I don't know. Well, we'll check it out and button up a few other things, and then we'll be able to put it back on the road. Check fluids and all that fun stuff. All right, got this back together. Everything's on. Got the grill on. Got the bumper on. Got the lights in. Got the AC parts put on. Now we're throwing them back on it. So pulling a vacuum on it. See if it'll hold the vacuum. Shop's a fucking wreck, but it's all downhill from here, right? She's got a couple little dingies here and there, but it'll do. We'll do a drive video tomorrow. I don't know why. I think everybody's either driven one of these or ridden in one of these trucks, but hey, we'll just do a little road driving video and wrap it up. Send it down the road here soon. Hey, I did change those bolts on the cross member for the transmission. All right, taking it for a little drive. Got some stuff I need to, you know, dig with. It's got little rattles here and there. It's weird to drive it again after taking it apart. Oil pressure's good. Coolant temperature's cruising up like it should. Battery voltage good. No check engine light yet. I need to see why the windshield washer sprayer isn't working. Maybe the motor came disconnected or something. It is weird to drive something kind of quiet, like not loud exhaust, and older. No, I gotta do one thing on the ECU. I forgot this ECU set it for a 4.8. I need to change it to a 5.3. It'll definitely run a little better, have a little more power that way. Oops. It's alright. Something I can do when we pull it back into over to the house. Seems to be running pretty good. Trucking along. Oil pressure's still good. Coolant temperature's still good. Think it's, you know, otherwise, I mean, I'll run into little things I need to work out, little bugs or something like that here and there, but otherwise I think we got it whooped for the most part. All right, check engine light came on this old pick 'em up truck, so it is throwing a code for a let's see, cylinder 2 misfire, and then there's also a random code for injector circuit. So it's got a P0200 and a P0302, which is the misfire. 302 is misfire for cylinder number 2. And then the 200 is just a generic code kind of thing for a fuel injector circuit malfunction. Whatever that means, I don't know, because I checked the voltage, just getting 12 volts at it, whatever. So what I'm going to do is pull the plug out, and I'm going to clean pull the injector out, clean the injector, and then put the injector in cylinder number 4, and put cylinder number 4 and cylinder number 2, okay? So we'll start it real quick, and then I'll just go ahead and pull the fuel pump relay, so it'll kind of drink as much of the fuel that's in there as it can, less I have to worry about it spilling everywhere. All right, that should get rid of majority of the fuel pressure. There shouldn't be probably much pressure left in there, but we'll go ahead and poke the old Schrader and see what it says. Oh, there's still fuel pressure. Oh, that's good. Little retainer clips off of the injectors. Oh, get in there, booger. Sugar booger. Oh, no. Come on. Let me get a smaller method. These things are such a pain to get out of here. It's good. gas is cheap, you know, so no big deal. I should have put gloves on. Really don't like old and new gas mixed together on my hands. All right, so that's the good one. That's number 4. And this is number 2 here. So, all right, I got that injector cleaned up. These will be fun to put on with the fuel rail on the freaking truck. They're hard enough to get on whenever the fuel rail is not attached. The bleeder thing, why did they point that forward? Why wouldn't they point that somewhere else? Oh. There's not an easy way to put the stupid clip thing on whenever it's attached to the truck. There's not enough room for anybody with normal sized hands. I mean, not that I have big hands at all. I'm ready to work on something other than the LS for a little while. Gotta be honest, I'm just getting old. And I swear GM doesn't own a freaking flap disc to save their lives. They do not deburr anything. Everything is sharp. And I'm tired of that. At this rate, I could have taken the whole fuel rail off. Okay, put those on. Plug them back in. See if we still get the same misfire code. Plug the fuel pump relay back in. Alright, that's plugged in. We shall start it and see what the scanner says. Hopefully it says what we want it to say. Prime the fuel pump a couple times. Alright. Finally that shut up. God, that's an obnoxious sound. Yeah, I already changed the engine oil. Stop telling me. I mean, really? Oh, it went away. It decided the oil didn't need to be changed. Race codes, race done. I'll probably have to drive it again, so we'll come back to this tomorrow. If anything shows up, no freeze frame data. Pending codes, any pending codes? No pending codes. Okay, so maybe by cleaning the injector and putting a new O-ring on there, switching them around, maybe that helped. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow whenever we're able to drive it. It's getting late. I need to wrap it up. Anyway, this thing's noisy over here, so I guess this is about where we will end up with this one. Nothing too exciting, just same old crap. LS stuff, you know. As always, appreciate everybody watching, and if you're not doing it twice, you're not doing it right. All right.